And I know everybody at home wants to know what's going to happen with this winter weather. Much of the region is under that winter storm warning, and some of us off into our southern counties, up into western Kentucky and back off into the Boot Heel are currently under an ice storm warning. So we're all going to be seeing a little bit of everything, but we have the entire Storm Track 3 team working really hard. We actually have Storm Track 3 meteorologist Katie Melvin right now in Jefferson County. Katie, what's it looking like out there?
I'm currently off the Ina exit, so exit 83 here in Jefferson County. We're just 15 miles south of where we just were, and conditions have already worsened by definitely a lot. Road travel is a little more difficult here. There's a lot of ice and sleet currently on the ground, so traffic behind me is still going. It's still busy, but we do expect conditions to worsen overnight. So temperatures have already dropped. Earlier today, just a couple hours ago, it was in the mid-30s. Now it is down to the mid to lower 20s with real feels even lower. We just spoke to a driver that was headed from West Frankfort to Edwardsonville, and he was telling us how he had to pull over because conditions got so bad for him. So the ice is really sticking, the freezing rain as you're driving, it is sticking to your windshield and making visibility really hard right now. We do expect that to worsen overnight as we get that second snow band to kind of head our way, and you will hear more from his story at 10. But we did see multiple accidents heading down on I-57 northbound and southbound, and we do expect that to just worsen overnight. We have had snow crews and salt crews out trying to make conditions a little bit better. I'm reporting live. I'm Storm Track 3 meteorologist Katie Melvin.
Oh, thank you so much, Katie. Hopefully you can get inside, get dry, and get warmed up a little bit. We've seen so many pictures coming in from our viewers, which is always really helpful. So if you have any reports that you want to send our way or pictures, we really appreciate that over the course of the next couple of days. This is a picture of some of the ice sent in from Tracy. This was in Herrin earlier today. Again, a lot of us, especially along and north of Route 13, started to pick up some of the sleet and the freezing rain. We're starting to see some of us quieting down just a little bit. So this is a quick look at your camera in Poplar Bluff right now. Earlier, we were watching some of this traffic. It was moving pretty smoothly, but again, quite further south, and we are expecting things to start to ramp back up as we shift overnight tonight. So again, not seeing that pink quite as much showing up off into the Poplar Bluff region, which is why not a whole lot showing up on the camera, but still seeing, again, those pinks extending across parts of southern Illinois, really off into the eastern half of the region. Folks off into western Kentucky still not quite dipping below freezing just yet, so still dealing with just a little bit of rain. But again, once that freezing line gets through, it's going to get quite cold, and again, road conditions going to be dropping quite quickly overnight tonight and into tomorrow. This is wave number 1. We are expecting this second wave to start to make its way in late tonight and into early tomorrow. So this is a wider look at the satellite in radar. Again, wave 1's right here. It's slowly going to be moving out over the next hour or two, but then check it out, back off into Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas. This is the area that we're watching that's going to start to make its way into the region later tonight. And that's actually when we expect some of the heaviest precipitation. So it's going to get a lot worse tonight and into tomorrow. Quick look at some of those temperatures across southern Illinois. Most of us dip down into the 20s. Paducah finally dipping down right at freezing, but then if we push just a little bit further off to the east, not quite down to that freezing mark. Back off into Murray, still seeing 37 degrees. Threat tracker bar, of course, way up tonight as we continue to track this wintry mix making its way through. Thursday is going to be the day that we highly discourage any travel. If you can stay home, that's going to be your best bet. The freezing rain, the sleet, the snow, all of it going to be making its way through. Now by Friday, still going to be dealing with the cold conditions, but likely still going to be dealing with the slick roads as well. So again, here's what we're talking about tonight. If we continue to play this out, we see a brief break, but even in that break, as we push overnight tonight, could see a little bit of a freezing drizzle still coming down. So again, any of that is obviously bad for the road conditions, but we don't start to see that picking up until really after midnight. We start to see some of those darker pinks showing up and even some of those darker blues. This is going to continue to spread across the region into the very early morning hours on Thursday, and that's going to continue to stick around through the first half of the day. So as we start to get to about 7 a.m., so when most folks would maybe be getting ready to go to work in the morning, we've got widespread snow showing up across our northern counties. A little bit further to the south, likely going to be seeing some sleet across the region and back off into western Kentucky, a little bit more freezing rain. That line is going to continue to push from the northwest to the southeast, and where we still see these bright pinks showing up here in the afternoon hours, that's where we're expecting some of the highest ice accumulations. So freezing rain going to be a really big problem for folks off into western Kentucky and into the boot heel of southeastern Missouri. Start to quiet down a little bit as we start to get into the evening on Thursday, but still likely going to be seeing some lingering snow showers across the region. So here's what to expect. Again, we've got this broken down into regions. We have changed this just a little bit. We've pulled this blue color just a little bit further to the south. We're expecting again 4 to 8 inches of sleet and snow. The further south you push, a little bit of an ice glaze, and again more sleet and snow, 2 to 4 inches. But where we expect to see the biggest problems is where we see that ice, 1/4 of an inch to up to 3/4 of an inch. So that is enough to bring down power lines and of course break some of those tree limbs as well. So that's a big concern for folks. This is why we've been trying to make sure everybody is ready and prepared before this event comes in. Storm Track 3 app, obviously always great to have on your smartphone. We will be on Facebook, we will be on air, the entire Storm Track 3 team and the news team. We're all going to be here to keep you updated as this event makes its way through. Now by Friday, we'll start to see it quiet down, but temperatures are going to be cold. 27 degrees for that high Friday night into Saturday morning. We're talking about the single digits. So if you were to lose power, you'll want to make sure you have a way to stay warm.
And anything that does fall from the sky, frozen precipitation, is going to stick around for a while.
Yes, definitely.
All right. Thank you, JC.
Despite the wintry